Turn 20. So we still haven't met No Legs. He has met me because he commented on my leader, probably as a scout somewhere. We've cleared some sites. I'm holding this site so it doesn't respawn with a disciple, which is very sad. But there's nothing I can do. We've cleared these sites. I am scouting back around this way, eliminating the Numidians basically. Recruiting as we go. We've recruited 15 legitimacy worth of mercenaries. Can't quite get these sages to power up to get myself 2 more orders. This is a little rough, largely because this leader of the religion is proud, which is unfortunate. I'm really worried about missing out on pyramids. I built this temple, which is very nice, and but it costs 60 stone, and I'm now missing that 60 stone pretty badly, and it has upkeep. I think I should have prioritized pyramids before. I'm trying to get these fissures up, so that I can get some gold. And yeah, so we'll see. And then I need to really just get some settlers up and running and go. Not very great growth, and also interestingly not very good food income here. Just there's no growth resources anywhere nearby. Some wheat out there in the far out here, but like none of my 2 city sites has had wheat. I'm gonna scout this way, see what's out here. Some game here, but really need to find a growth center for my next 2 settles or so, and also just need food income. That's why I'm building farms here, because I can't even afford building a settler to settle here, which is a problem. I think I just didn't react appropriately to the lack of food. Maybe should have taken husbandry for that sheep instead of going in on navigation, but navigation is also super important for orders. But yeah, we'll see. Interesting map. So looks like, yeah, Persia has a schemer, pathfinder, romantic leader. You can see this through the magic of nested tooltips. Thanks to Frederick for pointing that out. So if I click on him, I can see he's married to a tactician, has a 9-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old daughter. That's all I can really see. He went schemer and has a schemer leader, so might be having easy time with opinion, of course, as the schemer probably has lots of orders to start with, especially as Persia. So we'll see how that goes. We do have doctrine though, so we've got that going for us. Wasa is building up enormous amounts of culture. You don't expect plus 20 culture on turn, plus 21.6 on turn 20. So that should be fun. All right, so looking sort of sit reppy wise, we're continuing to expand. I'm going to backfill here, basically, kind of awkwardly moving troops in this circle around this little lake here, and then just really need to get settlement up and running. Ideally, I find some sort of site that has decent settlement. Also take drama for a free settler. Also, really don't want to miss pyramids. Need to get that out ASAP. So it looks like he's settled north. So I haven't really scouted north either. So once I found riders, I will have additional, essentially, city, another family and more orders. So that should help as well. Yeah, this leader, not quite, this leader being proud is actually really, really annoying. I even got cunning, but I can't quite find the last 20. If I influence this leader, then I could intercede from him. So I think I need to, but I don't have gold, and I need the gold to create the pyramids because I'm probably gonna have to buy stone. So I don't know. It's tight. I do not want to miss out on pyramids, especially to Persia. But yeah, I think the path is influence, the cleric head, and then intercession on the religious head, and that will unblock what I'm trying to do. But it's been super tight gold wise throughout all this time. All right, ambition wise, 6 technologies. We're well on our way there. I think that was the right one. It kind of passively happens. Succession, we have a daughter, we have a tutor that we got from an event, so we're tutoring some other place that gold is going. Again, I can't soul stone if I want pyramids, and just very, very tight money-wise. Leader is kind of insanely good. Compassionate, exotic, 9 charisma. So yeah, Persia's leader is 9. Persia's leader is 5 wisdom, 4 charisma, and a discipline, and -1 courage. So we have great civics output right now. Yeah, this seems like a classic rider city with those horses, maybe some sages sites there. We'll see in terms of, once we get a better vision of the map, we will city plan our way to victory a little bit. Tech tree wise, we're beelining for navigation, which feels good as Egypt, largely because just don't have that many orders. You're not Persia. You don't have a statesman family giving you a passive order. Although you can make a case I should have taken husbandry just to get that food online and that growth. But yeah, I went for navigation. For navigation, I want to definitely get, once I get navigation, probably pick up husbandry. Mill drill, maybe make my way down to sovereignty. Will want forestry at some point. Because my unique unit takes wood, so lots of texts that are needed along down the way. Law-wise, I haven't enacted anything, so I did pick my state religion. My state religion has awkwardly not spread anywhere. I'm saving my civics for navigation first. So state religion, yeah, hasn't spread yet. Going to get navigation before monotheism because I already used a state religion there. Haven't enacted any theologies yet either. Wonders, we're really trying to get, really trying to get pyramids. If I can't get pyramids, I will take Great Zig as a compensation, I believe. But I think I did take a stone bonus card, and yeah, it's just ticked down so much. And I think I may have sold a little bit of stone, and also I built that temple. So we'll see. I think conservation of stone is super important. Cities by training is pretty uninteresting. 8 training. Cities by civics, you can see it's 21 civics. Cities by culture, Wasset going up with 21 culture as well. Cities by growth, nothing too crazy. Cities by family, and I guess by governor status, interesting. Okay, and by production. So yeah, so that's the city's view. Current family opinion, just can't get these sages to find their last 20 points. Like I said, I need to influence and then have him intercede, and that will solve that, and then I will be able to convert. But yeah, that requires gold that I don't have. That's why I'm getting these fisher specialists. These dies will give me 20, and then the fisher will give me 20 more. So that will help a lot with money, because I badly need money right now. All right, let's take a look at some stats. Stats-wise, we have 1 specialist, an apprentice monk. Got that pretty early here. Probably want to upgrade that, but again, very tight on food. Probably should have delayed that monk a little bit as well, but it is helping with that culture. I think I just did not realize how food tight the start was. Usually starts are very good on food, and this one is very, very tight. We've produced 0 military units, and have killed 4 and cleared 4 camps. Discovered 7 techs, and have a farm. 3 farms, because I need food, 2 mines, nets, garrison, need a quarry as well. Just haven't had I've not had time to get it up. I'm getting it there. I like mining hills, but maybe I should have quarried this, because I'm Egypt and I don't need that much iron. I do need some, but yeah, probably want to quarry this next. I don't know. Not very many stone. These probably should have been early quarries. I have some hills down here, so. Oh well, live and learn. Yeah, that definitely should have been a quarry. So some mistakes, I think, in the early game there. Just needed to figure out, okay, what am I doing? I'm getting pyramids and I'm getting settlers. So I need food and stone and just a little bit of iron, and probably can do it somewhere there. So I, again, just didn't realize the food tightness on the start. Military score, we're at 609. Yeah. Culture, zooming ahead here very nicely. Science, right around 33. That science breakdown, almost all of that is from Wasset. We also have an intelligent leader, which is great, and 4 from the Jewish monastery. So a lot of just carrying our science. Money orders right around 10, just not doing great order-wise. Just haven't even founded that third city, just feeling a little bit behind there. So yeah, and then you can see sort of resource prices here that no one's buying a lot. I hit 200 with the clerics on turn 12, and briefly hit 200 with the sages, but it dropped by. I think there was some event maybe, or maybe they gained a point of discontent. Well, that would have done it. All right, I think that concludes this update. Well, let's just quickly check one more piece of intel. He's the settler, so I know he's founded 2 cities right now, which means he's got very high culture if he's only on 2 cities and on 3.5 points. I guess I'm not entirely sure. I guess maybe the first one doesn't count or something. Or no, that's me. All right. He is, he is the Intrepid, mixed tooltip here. So he's contacted all 4 tribes. So he's getting a bunch of orders from that because he's a schemer. And it is 2 orders per year. So he's getting 8 from the tribes, discovered a bunch of landmarks. So yeah, he's been scouting very, very heavily. Perhaps double rider. So double scout start. Looks like he's doing that. So interesting intel there from the cognomen. Hats off to Frederick again for pointing out things you can learn, and we can barely see. Not much there to see, but things you can learn just from nesting tooltips. It's a whole wonderful world there. All right, that concludes this one. See you in 10 turns or so.
Hello, good people of the world of Fold. So this is turn 20 and my next report. So this is how the turn starts. I have a nice event, free courage. I can get negative opinion for a bit of civics, or spend civics for a bit of positive opinion from Princess Mandana. Or the princess and Shirin might take an opinion penalty, that's a cost. Not family opinion, so that's okay actually. And in 20 years, if I'm still the leader, there'll be 29 and 30, and I think that's acceptable. And I need civics, I don't have much. I'll explain why. Alright, so I'll pick this option and review the turn. Okay, so regarding my plans of settling my cleric city here, you can see that it's done now. I settled on the other side of the river just in case. My slinger arrived in time, and actually I haven't settled this city in time by rushing a settler from Persia, which is where I spent my civics. I will have awesome culture generation in Samarkand with 3 pearl style, and I'm currently getting a fisher because there are no hills, nothing super great to improve at the moment. So that's where I'm going there. I made a second slinger out of Samarkand, which is here and led by my tactician wife. And yeah, founding the city, I founded Zoroastrianism, which luckily enough is led by a schemer, so he's pleased with me. I ran an influence mission, and actually instead of influence he got endeared to me, so he's plus 140 and currently converting my queen to Zoroastrianism. After which I hope to intercede with well, converting might be enough if I get my king to the religion, to Zoroastrianism, to make her pleased, which would be nice bonus yields and bonus fertility. I got 2 daughters in quick succession. My king is romantic now, so okay, charisma and bonus fertility, plus 25%. This city is, well, pretty much craptastic, but it's still pasture, and it gets me closer. Alcaras is still on 2 cities, and I'm on 4, so that's nice. He hasn't started on the pyramids yet, so we'll have to see about that. Interestingly, the scouting. So I pushed my northern scout toward Egypt, and I've seen where their borders are. So it's settling along the coast. The southern scouts came to this region and came back, essentially to try to grab the first 2 landmark bonuses. So it's currently circling back south of the Arabian Sea, hoping to grab a few more landmarks along the way, and maybe do some harvesting around my cities. I have plenty of orders because I have a lot of legitimacy, actually, plus 55 from events, and yeah, no ambitions yet, so I assume most of that is from landmarks. And I think I discovered the landmarks time 3, so that was landmarks I discovered around Egypt, and 13 landmarks discovered first on the map, so that's quite a bit of legitimacy, just as well as declaring war on discovery on two tribes. And I refuse to change my law, which is also plus 4 with an opinion penalty, but I can deal with that. I have excellent opinions from my family at the moment. I saw Alcaraz running with a narrator and buying Numidians, so I don't know if he's trying to do some kind of low-tech Carthage, burning legitimacy on Numidians. I'm not sure I like this play, really, because it will cripple him more than me for orders, and legitimacy on narrator is double bonus because it's bonus opinion as well. So I fully expect this set that his 2 cities belongs to friendly families for now, but we'll have to see what comes of it. So no wonder started by either of us, so I assume Alcaraz. Let me check if I can see any urban improvement. I cannot, so he's probably improving his stone production, maybe counting on having the pyramids secure. We will still need to settle city on an arid tile. Yeah, unless he settled here or there, but I would be surprised if he didn't go same way as me to get access to the coast. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, that's not quite what he did, but almost. Oh no, the tile are not exactly mirrored. Okay. Anyway, so still barbs. There are Numidians in the south, which with, I expect, Alcaraz. Oh, he's actually at war with them, so he grabbed a few units to accelerate his conquest of them, I assume. I'm at war with, well, almost everyone. Gauls, Danes, and Thesians, and I picked an ambition from an event to make peace with a tribe. So I'll hope for an opportunity for marriage to get peace from someone, which is regularly on offer. We'll see about that. So the current plans are to keep expanding, which won't be immediately possible because I don't have the food. So I'm grabbing the food boost and should resume settler production in Persia and maybe even Proftasia soon. But I expect, yeah, Proftasia will probably be the most efficient city with 2 gross resources. I have no great growth cities yet. Probably clear that camp and then go against the Gauls in the north. Maybe clearing my corner first. I'm not too sure. There's plenty of here, so that would be an awesome hunter city. Plenty of marble here, which would be cool if I had grabbed the statesman, but I didn't. So probably clerics. Maybe riders or horses. More marble. So yeah, I think expanding to the north would be cool. The cost is of course extra valuable, but I don't know how much alcaras will prioritize that, and it's still on 2 cities. So I mostly want to keep speeding up with my expansion as much as possible. I think I need to move a worker toward the forest just to grab wood to be able to make better use of my extra orders. Regarding production, so I cannot compare with alcaras, that's not super interesting. Training is raising with city funding more than anything else, training as well. My science is currently at 26, so some effect of wisdom, but still it's dominated by no starting tech and competitive mode for now, so I have little science generation, and still no specialist. I will have a fisher here in 6 turn, which will be my first specialist. After the worker is done here, I'll improve the growth resources as soon as possible, then make a disciple for a monastery, which I'll probably put here to grab the wheat tile, or maybe here. And after that I'm not sure. Probably a settler, maybe another disciple. I'll have to see. So yeah, that's where we are on turn 20 for cities. Only Persia is developing, and one of my scouts is circling back toward my empire through the south, and the other one is trying to clear up landmarks and whatever I find behind alcaras. Opinions are good. I'm not reliant on super high opinions because I'm not an orator, so I don't get awesome bonuses. Well, I get +5, +10% for combat, which is cool, but that's it. Should I kill this guy directly? There's value in that just because I cannot. Yeah, okay, I have to stand in the open to kill him directly, I think. Yes. I will get retaliation from the camp. Actually, I'm a zealot, so yeah, that might be worth it. My unit will take damage, but that gives me my ambition. And I should be able to protect my zealot with my tactician, which will inflict counter-attack damage on the melee units. Cool. Yeah, I'll go for kill 10 military units for sure. And this guy cannot reach me anyway, so I'll be plonked for 3 HP, which is enough to protect my zealot, and he can take a lot of hits. So next turn I'll probably stand my my tactician here or there, and my zealot here to take out the camp quickly. I don't care much about extra units. I really want to snuff out the camp to prevent additional units from spawning. It can be a mistake to focus on barbarian and tribe units, just as we do when we are fighting humans, but it's usually a mistake. You want to remove the camp, and after that deal with the rest. So long as you don't lose any units, that's all that counts. Of course, playing against a human player, you want to kill units first because you cannot siege a city, but camps are not cities. They don't have inherent hit point. You don't need you don't need as many units to take them, and all that. Yeah, my daughter is 9. A courtier for next turn would be cool, but that's not a possibility. I think I'll move my scouts first. Yeah, and I think so. Yeah, I will mostly prioritize hills to get as much vision as I can, and that's an extra landmark that I'm getting, so it's 2 legitimacy every time. Excellent. Alright. Oh, I can harvest for culture too. That's interesting. And I might keep harvesting for culture and food next turn to accelerate the next settlers rather than make farms, which are slow to ramp up, and longer term, mid term, I'll have good enough food production with these whip tiles and whatever game I found, and etc. I'm not concerned with food in the long term, but I need it in the short term to produce settlers and keep expanding. Alright, so that's my turn played. I should kill this guy relatively shortly, probably in 2 turns, unless I get a lucky crit or something. Both my generals are besiegers, so I can go super quickly to kill enemy units. It can be quite important, the choice of general on early units, to clear up camp quickly. And you can see I cannot even spend my orders, even with the extra units I made. So hopefully that will be that problem will be relieved when I'll get a few more workers. So I'll get 1 more warrior and 2 workers in the next few turns. And yeah, that's where I stand. Tech-wise, I still don't have stone cutting, believe it or not. I got labor force since last time we spoke, and the food boost. So I completed training, was in the middle of training, and I picked labor force and the food boost. And I think I'll go for, after that, well, navigation will be the top priority, military drill, and stone cutting, drama, police. Yeah, not going for drama police earlier might be a mistake. I'll want drama anyway for portcullis as soon as possible, but navigation takes top priority. Orders. And if you have too many orders, then it's not too many orders. It's not enough units, be they worker or military units. And yeah, drama and police. I'm used to drama, police, military drill, well, all the tier 2 tech essentially being an offer from runes. So as not to invalidate those runes event, I tend to not necessarily pick them immediately if I don't need them immediately. But in this case, there are no runes on the map, so that might be a pattern I should amend. Anyway, stone cutting and the freestone will be great. Hopefully the freestone can go into barracks or maybe an extra slinger. And after that, I'm not sure actually. Militarily, I might go for ranged units just to surprise alcaras, and also because ranged units are cheaper. But that will need forestry, and I don't have great wood generation, so I have no concrete plans. For now, usually it's easier to get iron and food in large quantities, which makes unique units, Baltan cavalries, which take iron as Persia. Let me check actually if that wasn't changed at one point. Yeah, no, it's food and iron, so it's even cheaper. So, which are excellent, of course, especially Saddleborn and especially all that. But I'm not making any definite plan for free lows. Usually, I expand quicker than alcaras in my experience, but we haven't played in like 6 months, so I might be completely off in my reading of that. I'm not really afraid of going from a backline or places that are away from the coast. It also removes internal threads and allows me to move my units forward after that more consistently without having to backtrack to deal with tribal invasions and all that. And overall, I think it's efficient. Also, these three cities are quite interesting. Lots of fur. Fur is a favorite resource for both the Sassanid and the Miranid family, so that's super good. It's also awesome culture protection for any hunter city, which doubles it. The marble will help considerably with getting stone. There's 3 marble here that I can see, and at least 2 around here. Those plains aren't especially bad. And yeah, the coast in itself is okay, but I didn't see almost any fish. Maybe there's some hidden in the bits I haven't defogged, and I'll see about getting the coast. But I'm not afraid of handling naval movement through ships rather than owning the coastline if necessary. So we'll have to see about that. And I can also snake borders forward quite efficiently if needed. So we'll see about that. And I think that's my turn. So he's stronger than me at the moment. I saw him recruit at least 1 Numidian unit, so I assume he recruited more than that, and that's the basis of his strength. I have 2 units, so it's not very hard to be stronger than me at the moment. But with 2 cities, I'm pretty sure he burned quite some legitimacy. Probably bought, I'd say, 2 to 3 units. 3 units makes camp clearing much more efficient. That's also that many less units available for the Numidians. Oh, that's a gorgeous site for Persia. So many pastures. But I have the same one here. Maybe I should prioritize that a bit more, which means fighting the Scythians and getting closer to Alcaras faster, but that might be doable. So yeah, alright, that will be a mid-term goal. So maybe we'll see where I am with that next time on turn 30 to try to get to this site with a rider family city and maybe another hunter city here to make use of the marine wildlife. So I'll need more units to do that. Not sure if I'll need my warrior north, quite possibly. So yeah, I'll see how I deal with that. It's generally better to keep your units as a pack so that they are efficient, and what they're doing it quickly, which is a lot better than having one unit and a damaged one fighting to a standstill and barely making any progress, killing extra units but not taking camps and whatever, and getting delayed because of that. And another unit holding rebels or starting to blink and at a tribe somewhere. If you have a pack of 3 units, you just deal with the camp, move to something else. It's a lot more efficient. So you need to be over that threshold that allows you to do thing, whatever the do thing level is at that point in the game. My 2 general slinger are still quite efficient at this stage of the game, but they will be outclassed relatively soon when the camps will have 4 or 5 units and they will start to be 4 strengths instead of 3 strengths. So we'll try to stay ahead of the curve, which shouldn't be too hard, but still the priority will be on settling and expanding our production capacity first before moving on. But thus won't have that much to do. This walker will make the pasture and harvest wood, most probably. Otherwise this city will make slingers and I'll buy the stone if necessary. Stone is still cheap, so that's definitely a possibility. Alright, done with the recording for this turn. See you in 10 turns. Bye.
Turn 30. All right, as you notice, we have 3 settlers in production because holy crap, we are behind in expansion, but fortunately we have plenty of city sites thanks to clearing a lot with Numidians. 1, 2, 3, 4, and our free city site here is 5. So we don't really need to expand. We're very order constrained at the moment because our orator died. and our scholar took over, but she is a prosperous pathfinder, humble scholar, which means all these fishers are +3, which is just letting us rake in cash here. We got a fisher here who dies. We sent resources to a rider city so we can start building culture there very quickly, since neither of those are resources for any family. Families are mostly happy. We're actually influencing the riders right now because they are kind of sketch right now. It's the zealot scholar unhappiness. We really need another religious head that is not that is not proud, because that's just brutal. But hopefully that'll sort itself out soon. We married a scholar, so we got scholar, which is very, very nice. And we made ourselves governor here, which is also pretty cool. Potentially, we probably actually should have done it here, but we don't have a garrison there yet because we don't have any laws yet. We have 4 laws unlocked, but we can't enact any of them because we don't have civics. And we did manage to not get beat to the pyramids. So we're building the pyramids. And yeah, once we enact the pyramids, we should be able to enact probably 2 laws by then, and we will be taking serfdom and monotheism. So that will solve a lot of our order problems. Hopefully we can then use remaining civics after that to spread, to not spread, but to get theologies for state religions. We need about 600 more civics. We'd also like to build the Temple of Solomon here at some point. So that's another 200 civics. Our civics income is actually kind of crap right now. So hopefully we can fix that. We would like to clear this Numidian. I think this is the last Numidian camp, so definitely worth prioritizing clearing that, because the clearing the tribe event. I am sending scouts around, but right now everything is on hold. Warriors are priority, or sorry, workers are the priority. Settlers. I had to actually rush a settler out here and sell. Like it was not pretty. Like had to do some crazy things. I think I made a mistake in not realizing there's no natural food resource here except for that sheep, which I didn't have husbandry unlocked, so that was useless. And there's just no food anywhere on this map right now. These pigs, and then lots of food down here. So that's also another reason to settle the city site, to get all those game resources up so we can actually start getting more settlers out. But for now, we're just hard building 3 settlers across 3 cities. Which should help quite a bit. Wasa is already going insane on culture, 32 culture a turn on turn 30, which is very, very good. Yeah, and maybe we'll get a nice thing from that event. Economy's kind of okay. Getting lots of farms. The Egypt farm adjacency bonus is helping quite a bit in terms of letting us get more and more farms and food. Yeah, so definitely a mistake on my part in not building more farms early. Very, very glad. Probably also needed to build more than 1 quarry. Yeah, and also probably was a mistake to build that temple before building pyramids. It actually delayed pyramids quite a bit because the temple cost 60 stone, and I did not have a great way of getting that 60 stone back. Yeah, I think definitely going to settle this site. This site is for quarries, because there's actually not that much stone on the map. Maybe this site for quarries as well. Who knows what's up here? Would like to get a scout over there. Probably will move 1 scout over there, and then the other one maybe the other way, and then attack and come over from the north. We'll see. Need to get a much better feel for the map. We have a ambition to get 40 years on the map revealed. Also have a urban improvement one, but that one should be doable here. And in a pinch, our incredible money economy can help us even out some of the issues we're having with resources by just letting us buy resources as we so desire. So we'll start a temple here next, and hopefully we'll see some religious spread down here. I got a disciple here. I actually spammed out a bunch of disciples early because I'm going to want them for building temples and building monasteries, and also for getting 2 theologies. So yeah, and Waset is eventually going to swap entirely into inquiry production once it actually gets some sort of civics income. That is not right now. So that's coming soon. A bit of a rough start, and losing our orator now. Probably would have liked to not lose it so that we had put a lot of work. And really, I mean, this orator strategy, if your head of religion is proud, it's just brutal. The correct play would have been to influence the head of the cleric family and then double intercede, but just I never had the gold or the time to do that. And then my leader died, and now I've got a zealot, and it's fine. We'll live. Yeah. All right. So expansion is the name of the game. We have not met Persia. They have met us. We can do stupid tooltip tricks to know that he has a schemer who is Pathfinder, Romantic, and Exotic. And then if we click on him, we can't actually get any more because we haven't actually technically met him. If we click on him, we can see he has a wife who's a tactician. His heir is also a scholar, educated, deceitful scholar, and then has another child in line, which is pretty interesting. So that's pretty cool. So we've talked about ambitions, succession. We need to have a kid at some point. We don't have any heirs, but we just got married and we are 22. So hopefully heirs will be on their way, unless someone is secretly infertile, which is always a huge bummer when it happens. Then we might be forced to adopt. But feeling hopeful here. Taking a look at the tech tree, we are making our way through. Actually getting divination right now, so I can double shrine, double holy city in the capital. And because an early aristocracy is really nice, as well as I'm just trying to get to sovereignty for a constitution to power some of the econ. Drama is actually also an interesting choice given our need for settlers. Might actually want to pick up drama, except for it's about to roll over. I think divination is actually probably a better choice because I do need a lot of text right now. And I don't think it's time for that free settler right now. So we'll see. We'll want to get an early forestry as well. I'm going to need resources in econ pretty badly right now. We're going to be powering ourselves basically off this. I'm going to heal this up, upgrade. We've got decent training income, probably want some more. So we're going to upgrade these to 6 strength and probably take 2 or 3 of them and go kill camps with them. And that'll be our camp killing force. Might also bring this warrior along, we'll see. We'd like to get that one healed up. So pyramids in 4 turns, which will enable us to enact 2 laws at once, which will give us garrisons, and also we're going to try to expand this border that way. And that'll be really, really nice. Wonder-wise, Persia hasn't built anything yet. Ishtar and Apadana are available, so would really like to get Stone Econ up so I can snag Apadana. Great Zig also possible. I think Apadana is a higher prio. Acropolis is actually in-game, in play as well. And Wasat theoretically could get to it. I don't see his capital's culture, but his Cleric city site is pretty weak. Cities by training, no one has any training built right now. Right now we're in pure settler production mode. Very focused on that right now. Eventually this will become a training site, our rider city. And we need to figure out where we're going to put the rest of our rider cities. There aren't that many great sites. This one, maybe if we can grab that one. This is definitely a growth city of some variety. Probably clerics for just disciples. Maybe I don't think it's a good great sages site. This feels like another kind of cleric-y site. And then maybe we have the sages expand that way once we get better vision. And this is definitely a rider site. And that might be a sages site. So we will see. So family happiness is kind of not great right now. The riders are really the only problem. That's why we're influencing them. So that we had an event from the board game event, which saved us from getting the chance of rebels. Rebels would be really crippling or just uncomfortable. Like I don't want to burn my very limited orders right now on killing rebels. So let's take a look at some stats. We have 3 specialists, an apprentice monk, 2 fishers, and that's it. And we built 6 farms because there's no food on this map at the start. 2 mines, 1 quarry, 4 nets, and a monastery and a temple already, thanks to that doctrine start, as well as the garrison we got for free. Mill score, we're at 1018, thanks to our orator recruiting quite a lot. We actually recruited 30 legitimacy worth of mercenaries, so probably a little too much, realistically. We don't need 30. I think as I play this strat, I'm learning it a little bit more. I think it's more important to maybe expand a little slower, come back and upgrade. Because like leaving 3 strength ones just chilling, not great. Realistically, you just need 2 or 3 6 strength ones to come clear camps. Training is going to be a problem in getting that upgraded because it is quite significant. It's 120 to get to 4, and then I think 160 to get to 5, and then 200 to get to 6. So that's a significant amount of training for just 1. So you need 480 training to upgrade 1, and I don't have any, so probably shouldn't have assigned generals because there you get training as well. So training is actually super precious with this strategy, and I again haven't played it that many times, so I think that's also a thing to keep in mind, that generals are actually not great because you're not going to be killing with those units. You want training somewhere else. So definitely want to get mill drill. We have it up, so we'll want to get some racks started here, which will also improve our training income. Continuing with graphs, so that's mill score, family opinion. You can see we got the clerics to 200. We got the clerics to sages to 200. Never could get them back over again. And the riders founded like 2 turns before a leader died. And since we never actually got to this this religious leader to be pleased, largely because of that proud, we couldn't do the conversion trick to convert, and so it was not great. Hopefully our religious spread will ensure that some families convert and happiness gets solved. I'd love to influence that religious leader next, but I probably will influence so far just the youngest person. I don't think it's worth influencing our husband. He's pretty happy. So yeah. Remaining graphs orders, you'll see this precipitous drop. We were at 15 orders and then 8. Also, probably the food situation, I wanted to be in more cities than 3 on turn 30, but it'll fix itself. Just the food situation was really rough. And then science, we're climbing up 33. Scholar leader is going to help a little bit with that, although inquiries really aren't. The city is not yet set up for inquiries. We definitely want to get to master an elder monk in here, and ideally we'll get that second holy site as well. So, although I think first we need to get food. So, divination might have been premature, and we probably should have gone drama, but can't change it now. So, in this city, as I mentioned, we're sending resources to it so that it gets 4 culture, because we're going to want to get this one to strong so we can build a unique unit in a reasonable amount of time. All right, our cognomen is the new, so nothing to see there, and our opponent's cognomen is the intrepid, which I think is just contacting tribes, landmarks discovering up. So similar as to same family of cognomen as it was last time. All right, I think that's it for this check-in. So see you in about 10 turns.
Hello everyone, so this is turn 31 Citrep. So Alcaras just did his and it's not mine. So you can see I expanded toward the north and the south, funded my cleric city and my religion, which spread to 2 of my cities and tribal site. My monastery will complete next turn. I will make an additional farm after that. I'll have a second disciple, so disciples will make monasteries, probably in Persia first, and Persia and Samarkand as quickly as possible. Actually, I'll have two Zoroastrian disciples to do that very soon. My cities are producing nice culture. Well, Persia has nice culture because I harvested cultural resources. So these 3 resources are plus 45 culture with just harvesting, plus 60 with that. So every few turns plus 60 culture. I will be strong very quickly. So my plans, I cleared this site. I discovered that I had an empty site here, which is low priority. This one too. It will be an awesome wood production city, but only when I have lumber mills, which isn't the case yet. I cleared this gold camp. Will keep my units fragile but around, so probably like kill the marauder with this guy, put my other slinger here. Zone of control will prevent this skirmisher from finishing the earth one. This one is a zealot, so can die, and kill this guy in 2 turns. My settlers will go there. So this is a top priority city at the moment. It will be an awesome culture generation and city. So this is a low growth start, at least. 1 growth resource which requires 2 tech, starting with no tech to improve this pasture. And all the fish resources, the net resources, are culture resources. So I have awesome culture generation. Also my king got to be a pathfinder, so he's not in the ideal position as governor of Samarkand, but Samarkand is generating awesome culture because of that, plus 23 a turn. For an early city, that's quite a bit, without audience, without anything. My scouts moved out in the north, grabbed all the first 2 landmark bonuses for legitimacy, and is currently circling back. So I'll clear up what remains. I don't expect many landmarks, probably maybe 1 around here, and that's it, which means it's probably not worth it to get back to here because I can explore with other units. So yeah, and I saw the first scouts of Egypt in the south, so I expect he will be exploring that way. The scouts that found him circled back, getting all the first 2 landmark bonuses. Will probably stay around a little bit for harvesting and getting awesome culture, and maybe even some extra food, and then go back toward Egypt. There's probably no legitimacy to be had, maybe some in the back, because Alcaras is not super diligent with exploration, and with no runes it's easy to underestimate the interest of that. But I have awesome order generation, because I now got serfdom, because I'm a schemer leader at war with tribes. And on that note, I signed the Fishy Peace Treaty with Scythians last turn, so they will send a tribal invasion to me very soon, and I'll be at war with the 4th tribe. I was planning on getting, I had an ambition for a tribal peace, which is why I did that. I initially planned to marry one of my heirs to a tribe and get peace that way, which is usually the easy way. But I took the opportunity when it presented itself. So the result of my exploration is plus 78 legitimacy from event, which is probably at least plus 60 from purely landmarks. So some is for declaring war to tribes, and well, let's check actually. I think we can have a breakdown. I'm not seeing it at the moment. Yeah, I don't have a breakdown, but yeah, I should be able to show that at one point. And most of it is definitely getting landmarks. So that's also permanent legitimacy, just like ambitions or whatever, which will help with family opinions, which are just good at the moment, and will be great as soon as these guys become Zoroastrianist. And yeah, I got lucky with the schemer as a head of religion, which allowed me to intercede with my queen, and will probably intercede with the princess as well after she converts to Zoroastrianism. I'm not sure if I will explicitly send a mission to convert, but we'll see. Which helps getting people to please, get more heirs, get better yields from their stats, and all that. So that will be the first city I settle. Then in the north I will go for these 2. In the south I will want to clear the Scythian camp, which is a thread at the moment, and then this one mostly, which will be an awesome hunter growth city. So I already have 2 hunter cities, and I have planned for 2 more. This one and this one in the short term. Meaning I want to have some sites for riders and for clerics. These 2 in the north looks like they would be good rider cities, good cleric cities. But this one, a case could be made for riders because they are horses. This one with 3 stone will definitely be clerics, but these 2 in general could be civics, inquiry pumps maybe. We'll have to see, but I have to find sites with horses as well. This one will be almost certainly a rider city, even if there are only elephants and no horses, but having elephants is better than nothing, and I'll need rider cities anyway. The plan against the Scythians will be to hold for a time until I get more units, so I might start warriors in Persia and thus to hold their invasion. What I will not do is go back with my armies and delay expansion toward goal to deal with that and then go back again. Even with awesome order generation, you don't want to waste order. So I spent a lot of it making a nice stockpile of wood, and I will keep up with that. On the front of Alcaras, his initial leader died, so I think he was a bit disappointed with that. It was a narrator, probably getting, well, let's assume 3. He founded a 3rd city. Let's assume 3 friendly families plus 6 order a turn, and burning orders through orthodoxy to rush by is very powerful, but he has no laws adopted. He's still erudite, even after I funded Clerics and got monasticism myself. So the base assumption is that he got doctrine as a free tech when founding Yamu, either through simple luck, because it's a Tutmosid seed, so I got a free tech from that, or by manipulating the tech deck. We'll have to see. That will be a thing for discussion after the game. I saw that he bought several Numidian units. I would assume 3 or 4, because he's still stronger than me and I have 3 units currently. So yeah, I'll assume at least 3 skirmishers, something like that he might be starting to upgrade. And yeah, that's mostly it. The mirror of this site is here. Those are awesome targets, because those 2 cities are at least 5 pasture city. I think settling here, you get 4 pastures. You don't get this one immediately, but quite soon. So that's 2 orders in itself for Persia, with improvements, without specialists, without anything, not counting the extra 0.5 for the horse and all that. So expanding that way would be a good idea as well. So I'll see. I think I need at least 1 more good growth city. At the moment I only have my cleric city, which will be making disciples quite a bit for theologies and all that. So I'll probably still want to prioritize this one somewhat. But after that it will be going forward. So the goal will be rapid expansion. I'm already out expanding Alcaraz a bit. I have an extra city on top of him, even if he settled this first much later than me, and the start was very growth poor. So producing settler is slow. I have only 2 growth resource improved in my empire. I had only 2 until very recently when I grabbed this city. So this one will be making probably a monk, and then settlers, and produce settlers for the north after my next bout of expansion. I will have to reinforce my northern army and produce one for the south. So I have an ambition to control 5 mounted units. Currently in tech, this is where I am. In the immediate goals after stone cutting, well, I will want the stone boost whenever it appears. I want spoked wheel for chariots, and also to go to portcullis, which is very important for science, unlocking spy masters. And after that, I think my tech of choice will actually be bodkin arrows and infantry square. Alcaraz loves his cavalry and might very well be going for that. Longbows are excellent for me, because all ranged units are 25% cheaper for Persia, so for Persia, so that's quite good. And I got some of my goals along the way, like military drill. I'll want police anyway, I'll want drama anyway, I'll grab the free settler, and I want forestry relatively soon to start stockpiling even more wood and have continuous production. I'm not really worried about monasteries. I already have 600 wood. So until I start making longbows, that's 100 ton of 3 monasteries. That's really not a problem. So yeah, I didn't even manage to burn all my orders last turn. So there will be that. This scout will harvest a bit and probably go back toward Alcaraz. These resources are actually quite harvestable for Thus as well. So that's good too. And other scouts, I don't think there are many landmarks left. So around this side I will probably rely on borders and military units to finish the exploration. This one will circle back to keep an eye on whatever Alcaraz is doing, which third family he picked, and all that. It could be landowners, could be riders. I would be surprised if he got completely without a military family, but he might be gambiting that, because he definitely went Clerics Sage, so the goal might be to just explode in science with a full civilian build and hope to deal with that. The map is huge, So of course there will be some late game play, which alcaras favors very much anyway. So we'll see about that. And that's about it for this turn. So we'll see for the next following, but the focus will still be on expansion, and taking up will go through monasteries and religion mostly. I don't expect to make much specialists, probably monks, and stonecutters in the north when I get to these sites, and that will be probably it. I'll get two furs at one point, because both my hunters and my riders like these resources, so at least two, and that should be mostly it. Other than that, I'll make chariots as soon as they become available. I'm not above rushing a few to clear up the Scythians and complete my my ambition, and yeah, that will be that. So thanks everyone, and see you soon. Bye.